Dennis Miracles Aboagye.
See, very interesting. Sometime in April, Awuku fought to Monsafre Dennis Edward Aboagye, IFN Miracles. So a man or interministerial coordinating committee on decentralization. Omo wants and same based on a petition from the new executive director also. Into in April. Okoye na ombusebusa ne nsem kakra. And omuka so ombesa tenenka.
Okay.
Obeti omunka bio. Wanti omunka after some days. So the lawyers no esa fair. So ye frebusa so ombesa here your clients we na so debi. Mo ye hia no for now, but ye hia no a mo beti enka ye hia so I be catch mo. Na moya aware me invite him.
Okay.
Fast forward, wanti omonka biem. Then Nipano etu kwan a week ago. Of our true Kotoka Airport. It is Accra International Airport. Mame, wakona kwento. Stop list. You're the man when you are flying out. Make no mistake. You're stop from traveling. Because if you did say okwa, maybe. Okono, or passing through Accra International Airport. Normal departure. Nipani bedu ya. Then immigration officials say, oh, Awuku for catcher say, oh, that stop list in Tiniyencho. And I say, but stop list, you know, it's when that means you are running away from justice. And I say, it is being perceived, say you are evading justice. But Nipano babedu ni krom ne die. Nipano, I cannot imagine how Sebi in Prediasa. You are a popular face on our TV. You work with an organization we know. Inti mekasa we known quantity a yehwehwa yemre as a host. And obi animu wa address esa ha na oye adwuma. Inti se wo no tu kwan ne wetu kwan aba. Ne ebetu ne se wo tu kwan no. Na emu ye na kaka. We felt that it was an unnecessary show of power.
Maybe but also but we statements na pay Awuku no almost say na within the week it was part of one process no say anka wo ebeche but wo mani bo ho so no e na wo ko no nti
meba so when you ba ho so na wo no you know lawyers you are in constant touch with them say oh o client na mo de ne ba ba first mo amadi a che say ye hia no a ye mfrem. It's not that you don't know them. Robert Smith Law Group. That's where Dennis lawyers. For time call no. And that is the same firm I belong to. Intino yeah lawyers say what firm on in the call in April.
Okay.
Subsequently, they have reached out to Awuku. Awuku say yenyawa ye be frɛ ni catch your client. Inti time na mo hwehwɛ no kana ka say week na a part of our processes no. You were definitely going to reach out or write to the person or ask of the person from them because if you had not invited me before, it's a different matter. In terms of what you share me na woman. Inti moche no mpokra no wo ho no. And I say okay. Inti assembly then also Awuku says here do to near the mom the Sunday. Na mo the man the Sunday. And now the interrogation only started around 3 p.m. You call them from mid-morning. The lawyers and the honorable Atacha also in addition. Echo any lawyer guy in Makumo Kohonom so from morning. You joining on mid-morning. You continue together with Secretary General National Organizer name Penifoni Bikoka lawyers for no. Interrogation started around 3. Almost 7 or 8 p.m. It turns out after we am say okay in some na mo hwehwe mu no mujidi say say meet a certain bail condition and the bail conditioner as we meet a total of 50 million anyway into the 48 hour in your mind already so. But the very condition I was setting the person can't meet it within that 48 hours now, not because the 48 hours now expired last night. So technically, you have to release him. But you see, our constitution is very clear. We call Article 14 of our constitution. Now, 14(2) of our constitution. A person who is arrested, restricted, or detained shall be informed immediately in a language that he understands of the reasons for his arrest, restriction, or detention, and of his right to a lawyer of his choice. May go back to the 14(3). A person who is arrested, restricted, or detained for the purpose of bringing him before a court in execution of an order of a court, or, among other things, shall be brought before a court within 48 hours after the arrest, restriction, or detention. We are arresting Nipano. This Article 14. The reason why maybe can be 3 different articles somehow is because of a pending suit. The same law firm that I'm part of, Robert Smith Group, no, yeah, they are court in the so far court case versus Attorney General. For the court to now, we are inviting the Supreme Court and invoking the powers of the Supreme Court to interpret whether it's an agency of state or the right to set a bail condition. Because we call Article, I think 19 or so. Okay. So, we call Article 19 of our Constitution. Or say, obi a wa charging libiano. A person shall be charged with a criminal offense if the offense is a high treason, or among other things, a high treasoner. The punishment for which is death. If the person must be tried by a jury or a judge, when you high treason. Among other things, or also show under Article 19 of our Constitution, say nipa no have a right to fair trial. It is a fair trial, no. And no be na say no catch say watch nipa no. Charges are the abono no. E hono a eye yoko no. E hono nye court a obetime yi na no for him to say when you freedom and otherwise. 2962 of our Constitution and Sana Masamba back to where you be.
The discretion, yes, the right for the discretion.
Okay.
You know, no, but I was so
296 of our Constitution. Where in this Constitution or any other law, discretionary power is vested in any person or authority. Because what you discretionary powers. And just as leader is, it shouldn't be capricious. It says that discretionary power shall be deemed to imply duty to be fair and candid. So me and me exercise that power now. I have to be fair to you. I have to make sure say I am candid in the application. But here is much more interesting. The exercise of the discretionary power shall not be arbitrary. Just as he said, shall not be capricious or biased, either by resentment, dislike, personal dislike or prejudice, and shall be in accordance with due process of law. What we want to find out from the court, you say, you have file a memorandum of issues because you pay a true and proper interpretation. Say, because court, and the 296C, that's the reason why they call court for interpretation. Whether the person, because 296 now catch on the discretionary power. Now 296C of the Constitution, where the person or authority now exercising the discretionary power, or so where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, because one of the powers of discretionary, where the person is not a judge or judicial officer, there shall be published by constitutional instrument or statutory instrument regulations that are not inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution. Even the exercise of discretionary power, sabi patapapio to krana emrao ewon. And then you can say there are miracles. 2029, ebi obedient and nkokon kitenkete or no say nkofo sending video. The person has right to fair trial. No about be a shame. Not because I dislike you. No ma kotna yoko or an institution where I'm exercising discretionary power. Me se me de mani bua enkokon ketenkete enkokon ankofo awe no. Me calculate o madwuma 300 million cedis or 400 million cedis worth of it. Inti sadia kopesa bill condition. Abna, this is not just a fight for today. Oh. It is a fight for posterity. Because government is in continuum. And today you may think, say, Adianon found. But tomorrow, the same coercive machinery of state will still be in existence. I keep telling people, the police for no uniform color and society. It was like that under Papa J. Rawlings. Same under President Kufuor. Same under Professor Mills. Same under JM first term. Same under Kufuor 2 terms. Same under JM last term. So here. Intino, don't think say a nano and found. But let me be very honest and let me commend even the NDC themselves. Some of the reasonable folks amongst them. Some of the high-ranking officials behind closed door things say the way this discretionary powers is being exercised, and this time even under the Constitution and Article 296C, it's not being exercised by a judicial officer or a judge. No, a potential area where it can lead for system abuse. And now, as you said, I knew. I spoke to media before the interrogation of miracles. To me, I won't be surprised that you have a bail condition because Kofa Ghana Airport. And I said, something equivalent. And check and did 30 minutes. Honorable attach and lawyers need fee interrogation. I say, bail condition, they are money 50 million. Yes, see a grant 2 bill. Sana do 50 million, no Kofa. And with 3 sureties, 2 to be justified. What it means is that the 2 sureties, with the combined landed properties, should be 50 million.
50 million.
Anyaba, Nipano, Ujidi say, me, I don't want to go into the charges because everybody has rights to fair trial.
And no pair, what time media na kasano sono. O mention say, Gerard appear DNO. Yoko statements on by Steve said, Nina together.
Embom because first. Gerard appear no a staff, not a staff for the Miracles as an accountant. There was an audit infraction. Mind the Auditor General then they flagged say there was this questionable payment that was made. Okay. It was around 540,000 cedis or so.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So 55 million.
No. The one or see Gerard has started paying. It is not the 55 million one.
It's not a 55.
I'm telling you. Because I spoke to Gerald's lawyers yesterday.
But Perway said they didn't
so that's what I'm saying. Say, we need to be careful. Say, unless the strategy of Yoko is to link SAR issue to that of Miracles. But the accountant, according to the lawyers, his lawyers, has said, say, in the interrogation room, he was clear and consistent that it has nothing to do with Miracles. However, that audit infraction that was flagged was around 540,000, a little over 500,000. Then the gentleman was surcharged. Senna Auditor General, there are some payments you cannot account for because you'll be surcharged. So the gentleman was asked to refund that money. And now this was before Yoko for on this petition matter. When Yoko came in, now aka 70,000. This is according to his lawyers. So 70,000, 70,000.
Okay.
So it cannot be
out of 100 and something,
out of 500 and something.
Oh, 500 and something.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See this.
That's almost done.
Almost done. And the permanent institution a 3 months payment period to clear that 70,000.
Oh, okay.
So this is according to his lawyers. So they themselves were surprised. It is still being linked to the 55 million. Me, I'm not here to absolve Miracles of blame or to pronounce him guilty. It's the circumstances surrounding the arrest that the MPP feels that it looks contrived, it looks politically motivated. Because Nipani is a loud-mouthed critic of the government. And he has been consistent in his criticism. Interestingly, The Miracles also traveled. I think he traveled on Saturday or Sunday. The Saturday he was on newsfile. Nipanam say he's a known quantity. He was on TV. The day before he traveled.
My producer Kombo was even confused. But Saturday no.
He was on TV. And once again he took on government on some of the issues. It be a Galamsey matters, it be a present term, and those matters.
Also, you think that maybe the way of criticizing government.
As for look, government should not necessarily be comfortable with criticism. You should not. That's the beauty of democracy. In the chamber of parliament, you can have heated debate. Your own brother, you can criticize even his position on a matter. You shouldn't always be comfortable with criticisms from the opposition. But the opposition owes it as a sacred duty to also scrutinize the work of government. That is why you have an elected opposition. And yes, sir, you are going to have a totalitarian regime.
Okay.
Where Obi Entimin Kebi. So that's why your producer was even confused. The person was on TV. So this person no on TV. If they stop list Kotoneso, when the person's lawyers are in constant touch with Yoko. So it's just to one embarrass you, two to show you where power lies. But now me can say I'm worried for NDC appointees under President Mahama. They may have to dot every I and cross every T. Because just as your accountability today, there will have to be accountability tomorrow. Yes, they have to be worried. And I'm happy the appointees of NDC, the reasonable ones who reaches out, they are worried, including their party officials. Sir, I'm telling you. Who reach out? They are also worried because they know that it's a human institution. You may not always get it right. Just that you shouldn't deliberately get it wrong with procurement infractions, financial misappropriation.
Whether deliberate and not saying you're deliberate, and I think you have to be accountable.
So you have to be accountable. I'm saying, you're them run a roll. If I need to see you, I'm in touch with your producer. See, we have very vivid explanation. I'm in touch with your producer. Now, me no Cortes Makwaka say, oh, say UTV for no domo chomo, or from Cromon for host no sebe umunipa. You'll be sad and upset because so when I'm from a minimum producer number, so I know where to get you. So it's the perfect picture I have painted. So today, the lawyers and together with friends, together with party, are looking at the best option on how we can secure the bill. But it doesn't mean so we are happy with the way these bail conditions are being set and posted. And that is why I am fortified in my belief. So the Supreme Court, taking into consideration Article 14, Article 19, Article 296 of our Constitution, as we are inviting them to invoke their original jurisdiction and interpret these matters. Because one CID is a security agency. They can set a bail condition that ufi hono near fell akoha near set another one. Someday you can have somebody, I'm worried as well for the political class and political establishment. Madam, it may not be the intention of an elected president to receive from in just 30 seconds. It may not be the wish of an elected president to continue the cycle of retribution. But the supporters and the base of his party can push him to also send somebody or not so with another mindset that and that is why we share the Article 296 of our Constitution or say in the exercise of our discretionary power, I shouldn't be capricious, I shouldn't be resentful, and it should not be based on personal dislike, but I should be candid in the application of this constitutional provision. In any case, if you are not a judge or judicial officer, say onye atemwani unyo be the same nation sent by the court. So be exercise is our discretionary power na minimum American otwi.
It's a work exercise obi feel pim.
Me feel pim na my amount. Nti me hwa wanim Gerald dey say no. There 10 days, it was 10 days ago no mche no. Na the bill condition. Na the bill condition 800,000. The lawyers call by and say 2-3 dollars say I sign they call 5 million.
Hey.
That was what they were doing yesterday. That is what yesterday they were fighting for. Yes.
No. Okay, minim se wunia pese na busafo we de mesemo honorable mienu nyina omo beja ye hono makonti meje honorable de wie na se
honorable no hia onka bi se
onka bi se enti Dr. Beidu ababa enti dog me so de me so ma me o wi na
ana dog be 101
honorable unia ne kase nyina wo sute but I mean say we share Economic and Organized Crime Office Act 2010 Act 804 no.
Yes.
Honorable na woka me man mo kwan say obetimi ama but to some extent no omo wo limit so omo bill na administrative bill a temporal enti se bibini nso so ensa say itimi eboro the constitution no so aye den ahye no enso so enti say enti ase bi so eni won man dey betimi akọ court so then the court no so enso be exhibit in discretion enti
I'm not now bebe for them to exercise that bill now okay okay the 296 here was it published by constitutional instrument what there has to be a published constitutional instrument a back their powers to grant that bill.
Where you see can now journey as you issue instrument.
They be saying no they won't
allegation. It's allegation. We never no pay listen to sermons from the mountain. Or preach from
the Equapian Mountain. To the Bia people.
Bia so muntiu, and be a bit.
Man, whatever. Everyone, energy when you see or preach here, I had no pay. As you stand the MPP. Yanchu be Uncle Yuku. Your investigator be and I say your 5 terms be that and 2 be so.
And they say 50 million.
A big crab would be a can once me
600 million, 800 million. It is your time, no?
You should and say Yoku actually no say the bail condition is 50 million. You can go to court and set it aside. We wouldn't say your problem.
The circumstances surrounding the arrest. And I'm a catcher leader. Send a minimum. We make sure we answer one. Share.
Stop listening.
No. Unless I don't know my. Tofrato nyane.
Na only abemo.
Wa make myself. No more cause some rant here. Who be so be I why tin am am see the park.
It's a wara.
Eh.
No na.
Daddy, na one of them was some top I petrol 30 Ghana cedis be mo.
Why na kazai.
Now
propaganda they no there another speciality.
No mo see we am 150 no Johnson business na 150
journalist ben.
O see we are we say midri feed them in Sadeka. Ba ko put up the pictures me search so didn't get here. Miracles and another person pointing and more say no choose say didn't get here.
It's another media house. No man can check.
But we need the tip of war.
Now then I cannot bring my evidence.
Oh, I have the video.
That mommy who
videos.
No, Miss Soma,
because you realize that
thank you for me.
When a YouTube interview and a YouTube video, I'm going to
but YouTube and cancer.
It's NDC News.
Honorable Mr.
Members of Parliament. I'm not from Yeshem or Menu. Former ministers of state. Some say a party ni ye invite no. And I say China. But na maka wo bo maka kwatro Sabalanda so. Maka say boy see some demonstration. Nipa no.
That's why they yi na gina ho no mi yo. Honorable Salam.
And I bosso Bahobi.
Why?
I more other guy. Moses. Problem in say election seba. There so be a show face. Name who say or support to be because about better so about. What I say? I feel for much among can chef if I say I am going to about a fairness if you just say or to or another I know the man demonstration on MPP me
and what are the facts of the matter
about to home Bantama they see omo chairman for nipa mensa I na man demonstration
Imebao inti eno no yes
similar to this mako
it's a rhetorical question
oh yes democracy yet am ebi na eka transport system ni ebi nya nsuo no ebi nya kwan papa so mfa
that's what government should focus on
aye utie na no mo say yi sawie hospital yen commission any afari ba ko ewo iwoja
it's a pediatric hospital.
Now you catch you say 55 million akodi obi ho allegation. Yen twenku no kuro na ke gi say sika na betin da face all these problems and until when we can face part of it. O so mpene. Yen nya na kwa demonstration no je video no near brig me share no tips am say we. Ni ni esame okupa ni. I'm say the table with 10. And it's a table with 10. That is a young money penny years allegation do or unfair Sikano. And this is Subanes, you will be near co. No, what's about we be now? Sign up a catcher.
That's what you're saying. Yes, Manipano fair trial. Watching Nipano or was sent to answer.
They say your code, your baby, and you can go to court to set it aside. And yet, at the end of the story,
NDC. Setting him aside, sir.
I don't need to hear one more.
And I'm so maybe setting aside, sir.
No, gotcha.
It's when you're a case, I am complainant as when you do watching.
If you see, amount for Yoko at the bay condition may be more, or my complaints is so high. They went to court. And the court reduced it.
Weeks and months. Be so high for the person to fight it and sana, above form.
Doki Kanye it doesn't lie in his mouth to interpret this. Just yen court to hold. Let's Supreme Court to my interpretation. Nobody can sit here and explain all these things. What I say, we have an act setting up Awuku. They have their mandates. It is say they are going beyond their mandate. The proper forum is the court. And your demonstration. I'm not saying for nobody ever know what you or Mujane. I didn't agree when my sister. If you now can say you are not here to absorb me from any wrongdoing. After I didn't waste energy.
Say
let him go to court and fight it.
But Nipano do not one less or the court. Nipano cannot go to court.
You don't go to court.
48 hours or say, oh, me want some money.
Don't my answer. Kotoda Kunubi and I say, compare a Bakuman in me.
And the next video, I'll keep it for the archives.
Kotoda Kuno,
yeah, when you know, potential
for posterity.
Yeah, when you know a potential prisoner, it not much will be anytime there. Yet you are use the law to fight it. We don't demonstrate. We don't go and sit on the bare floor.
Oh no, but is it the first time a BBC is?
There must be a paradigm shift.
Okay.
The time has come for all of us to reason up. You know, man, than the political party. This is we are so NDC near question so ya go abonten na demonstration na ko to dokna mama for the your boys see titi motos they are deeper no kwakwe no ho nipa ne kom di come nim nipa kro eti e be some people for no omu nye superhuman beings e Ghana ha ye nyina Ghana for the law is the law no ko kan the law is the law ko the law ni di nkropo no ono so ntia ase being in no most a supporter say I nipa didn't in a constitution didn't in pass all the acts setting up all this institution to regret our behaviors. What we a member of parliament abansi kakakra for himself in the name of common fund. Oh yeah, Mr. Application, Mr. Appropriation of it, the law will deal with you. It is a if say rather to be careful and let us a responsible human being. Now them MPP need dear your face and cannot.
Obianka sao. So far,
demonstration am we here no.
Mo invite Bebreo leader.
Bebreo wo kwaso ba.
No problem. Say what I'm making emphatic. Say Bebreo mbe chichi. It's not.
Na bona ma bi no ma we mu.
So say no why a law enforcement agency. So you're on record. And this statement should be on record. So as we are waiting for many of the invitations and arrests, yes, Wakano, use due process.
There is a due process. You'll be invited.
And when you are invited,
go and make your case. I have no idea. These are the evidence. You will be left free.
And another thing, so our concerns on Malaysia, time one, your man, a quite man, the lawyers, and so it go on.
I'm not the man in Nipa. What I say, sometimes there are excesses, a best security operations near the idea. It can happen to me, it can happen to any other person.
Oh, they won't happen to you. Say you don't see anything wrong with it.
It's a excess is good, you can condemn that one. But rest there should be a mini problem with it. Because me a bit much in me. Me never bet me Bema question them am I woo ye betcho. But in the car be ye betcho. It ye potential prisoners in the titi hano. It who didn't be a big issue, say, ya should be 80 years. The person who have his day in court. You have your evidence. You go and defend yourself. Now, you man know just in demonstration.
What say a young one say, ya should be an any paid chair. And on our castle. And on our castle leader. The Kaya to force in the would you know crap pure water say, but what
court
send your best
demonstration. You court.
If you now call Bank of Ghana, there's who call leader. Mr. Bank of Ghana, Mr. Kobe. Yes, Ukobi. What's now quite there? What cafe try? No, now quite there. My crap me around. So quiet. Petition, petition. What's a criminal Bank of Ghana? I'm making losses of 10 billion cedis. And not two court demonstrations. 60 billion. No, 10 billion is also on record. Equity of 60 billion. They on record 10 billion. No problem. Last year, Bank of Ghana made losses of over 32 billion. And this is 6 billion. Back on 10 billion. Okay. You will say no there now. Okay, the petition call. Court. You do court. Mama, pure water. Only police for a year no. Don't say no there we are. No make us out. Some sister said you can see.
80 maybe a drama because they said they will can see. Maybe say say. Is it the first time I hear say
on sign papers say so no parliament there no leader so no dey osu obia o mo be appointees no
no dey bet me
no make catch we are na omo tin bet na TV so catch say nkoko na yare no omo the video asem say yare nkoko
so meaning say
obia
anya na make am the minister said it I don't video no
akoko ya aduane
online de yesika etoye say akoko na mo nye no
nipa na nya Oman na pade ni nipa no
that's right rest inside locator. Yes. The fact speaks for itself. I'm not useful to us.
Maybe we said Donald Duck.
Never say I'm not watching. Never say Mr. Honorable some kid to with the members here, but never say we be fame. Was Honorable Casanoka say there must be a radical change in the approach to the judicial system.
I think you use paradigm
shift. Yes, we use and also I just to say miracle issue, for example, no. There are excesses. Free said no, and yeah, but then they say procedure. I mean, as procedure, some honorable can. Or not in his own judgments. So what are some of the excesses which we are condemned? So we are in the
only the court can interpret all these things.
Then which one did you arrive at the conclusion? Say excesses.
Let me see. The excesses. What do you say? I'm not complaining. Of my raising no, at some point, no move because
I 14 July
from law.
And then you video, are those part of the excesses?
I'm not complaining. There may be excesses, but you have your.
But are they excesses currently? Which issue? Yeah.
No, only the court can say this.
No.
I hear the young concrete no. Budgetary allocation or finance committee so. And as I am a leader of parliament, I hear more allocate here for concrete no.
And you need to buy.
Why are you so interested in the concrete?
Video. Yeah, but na committee of parliament nim and you see you show UTV. Akaje say ye omo ayedi yesika hundreds of millions of cedis. About some fanya nkokono to help grow our poultry industry and you know.
And the way
video no.
The way a man for.
But as part of a initiative, no.
A creative jobs
for domestic use. If you for yesika no sponsor udina. When you nkokona na yesere. Na fa is government providing free chicken for Ghanaians? Now, is that the policy of the government?
The cloning Chinaman man for no, or no,
the kind of money from the edition. Why? No, Kenkina can you see kind of shame penniga? What is it? You're fancy, any private seeker. With the mimic taxes are what the taxes are now the amount of constituent. You say beer, taxes, beer, and I won't be surprised that some of your constituents are the video or simple a campaign time on 100,000 Ghana cedis. They bring a 500,000, which a Ghana career, DDEP, Namusade by we have say justification from Kokona area. I'm the video. I could come for money in Kamaka to be a beton. Yo,